Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to Banished. I'm Lavender Mama, and this is a new game for me that is a colony sim game set in the medieval era, where you need to take a small group of families and turn them into a thriving settlement that can provide for themselves. Along the way, we could experience bad weather, famine, material shortages, disasters, sickness, or any combination of all of those. So come along and see what chaos ensues. Let's jump in. So we are going to start a new game. We do have the ability to kind of generate a new seed and a new town name. We're going to just leave it whatever it pops up. We have the ability to check whether we want it to be valleys or mountains. We're going to stay with a valley. Terrain size small, medium, large, we can pick that. Let's say medium. Climate fair, mild, or harsh. We're gonna stick on fair because weather can be a little bit disastrous. Disasters are on. You can turn them off if you don't wish to see them. And then we have our starting conditions. We have hard, medium, or easy. Hard begins with 4 families, a small amount of clothing, food, firewood, and tools. No seeds for farming are available, so you have to be able to get to that point to get some seeds. Medium, you start with 5 families, clothing, food, firewood, tools, and construction materials. A storage barn has already been built, and some seeds for fields and orchards are available. So since this is really the first playthrough I'm doing, that we're going to try and go without using the tutorial, we're going to start on medium. So let's go ahead and hit OK and see what it gets us. Now we do have, as you can see, the storage barn and the stockpile. If we scroll out, we can see a very nice kind of like river area, which will get us a lot of ability for the traveling salesman or the tradesman. We do have some good wood, some good stone right close. If we scroll over here, we also have some good stone all over in here. There's lots of woods, so we do have some easy wood. This might be a good area to put in a forester when we get there. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, what are our goals for this episode? So we need to get in housing. We need to do some sort of food production. We need to be able to get in sustainable use of wood so that we can get in firewood, which is super important to our villagers. We also need to get in some sort of ability to make tools and clothing. So those are our main goals: housing, food, firewood, tools, and clothing. Those are our goals for this episode. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we can do here. All right, so we've got our little villagers standing here next to the barn. They all are saying they have no housing. We do have a lot of firewood, some stone, some iron, logs, stone. We have 27 hide coats, 37 iron tools, and 1,800 potatoes. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't look like any seeds. I don't believe we can plant the potatoes from that, so we're gonna have to see. Now, I have a couple of things. I want that guy that shows me my inventory. I also want this guy, which is the event log, which will tell me what's going on with my people. All right, I'm gonna move this guy over here because that's not a spot that is taken up. We do have the ability to look at a nice map that we can click around to different areas. But let's come back to our settlement. Where did it go? There it is. All right, we're not going to leave the map up. Now, we can assign jobs in this profession tab. There's a couple of different places we can do that, so we will get into that. First thing we kind of want to look at is we need some houses, which they are going to need materials to build. And we kind of want to be a little bit careful because we don't want to have to cut all of these buildings down in order to do this. I cannot remember how many citizens each one of these houses will hold, but it is quite a bit, I know. I think I want to lay some paths first so that I kind of have things lined up. So we're just gonna come along there, and then if we come straight off of there, we can put some houses down right here. So let's go back to the housing tab, and let's go ahead. Oh, no. I will say that I'm sorry, but I do, unfortunately, some of the buttons are not the same as the Timberborn buttons, and I accidentally click them all of the time. All right, so we are gonna put in just 2 houses right here for right now. All right. I gotta remember that that's right click, not escape to get out of things. All right, so now we've got a couple of houses. We'll see once those houses are built how many of our villagers end up in those. Without housing, we can't really expand from what I've seen, but we're learning. The next thing we're gonna need to do is get some sort of food production on the go, and the easiest way to do that is with a fisherman. There we go. Just gotta get it in the right direction. Let's see here. Can we... Let's throw in a path. I found that planning out your paths is pretty important in this game, because if they don't have a path, it takes them longer to get there. Whereas if we do have a path, it makes life so much easier for them. All right, so now we've got a couple houses. We've got a sustainable food source. If we click on that, we can come up here and we can say we want 1 person working there. All right, that's probably good for right now. Then we need to come up with some crop fields, and I'm thinking this area looks fairly flat and kind of out of the way. That this might... No, let's see how big we can get it. All right, that's how big we can get it. And if we click on it, we can tell it, oh, we have potatoes and corn. Oh, then we probably should have made 2 fields. Okay. So we're gonna say for right now, potatoes. We're gonna work the field, and eventually this will show us how much we yield. Right now, our food limit to store is 5K. We are, for this size field, going to give it 2 farmers right now, because we're probably gonna want another field somewhere that will be able to do the corn. So then we've got a fishing dock, which is going to start getting us food as soon as it's built. We've got the crop fields, which they will go ahead and plant as soon as they get a chance. We've got a couple of houses on the go. Now we need to look at harvesting some resources. I think we're probably going to want to kind of expand our village out in this direction. We're going to need a trading post when we get there, and that will need to be along the river. We're probably going to want more than 1 fisher, to at some point, so that will expand upon there. So I'm thinking this area right here is probably a good place to expand the village into. As we're going along, we probably want to get more fields back in here. So let's go up this direction. Well, first off, let's come over here and we will start collecting these resources here. We're not gonna do too big of a patch at any given time because it kind of makes it a little difficult to do. You get too many people working on it. We are going to eventually... Let's get that path a little closer. If there's a path, the people get places faster, and so it makes life a little easier. I'm thinking we probably want to get in, we could do another farm right here. And then we'd have 2 farms. Do we want to do 2 right away? Is the... We'll do that. That'll be our secondary farm. Right? And then we'll come along here and we'll get back into here. And we are going to put a forester's lodge right in here. And we will connect the path to that. Where is it? It's like right in here somewhere, isn't it? That might change a little bit. And then we also need somewhere to make firewood. So let's go ahead and throw him here. All right. So now that we've got our basic buildings in that we need to kind of survive, we can start actually playing. It's easier to do that kind of stuff while the game is paused than to try and do it while it's going. So let's go ahead and do that. We are gonna come over here to this crop field, which we can't do much with until they clear all the items that are in it and give us the field space. Right now, everyone is going to be working on building the housing and gathering materials. We've got the 2 farmers coming over to work here. We are going to kick up the speed just a touch. We're going to go to 5. If that seems like it's too heavy for us, we will back that off. And all right, we are currently in early spring, which is why I wanted to get this field planted right away, because if you don't have your field done early enough, you won't get food from that field that year. Oh, it's raining super duper hard here. Super hard. You can see them. They are planting the potatoes right now, which is good. We'll let them do their thing. How are we coming over here? You can see they're picking up all the stone and we've got 3 people in this one. So a male, a female, and a child. We are going to need some more houses. And each house has their own inventory. So this house has taken 50 firewood and 200 potatoes. I found that if you build too many houses too quickly, you end up with a problem, because they will store all of the food in the houses, and then you don't have enough food stockpiled. It'll be in one house, and then the other houses don't get that food. So it's kind of like this balance. You want to be careful you don't get too many too quickly. So it's saying we currently have 11 citizens without housing. We've got 2 there. We've got 3 there. Where's that other screen? Okay, right here. We have 10 adults and 6 children. So if we've got 4 adults and a child housed, and now we're into late spring. We can see our inventory here. Where is it? Stored logs, firewood. We have 125 firewood stored. We don't have anyone slated for the fishing dock. I'm gonna put 2 people in there because that seems to be a good number to reliably get things done. Getting enough fish for enough food for multiple people. We still have 1,200. We still got, they're starting to grab the coats. We are in some, oh, we got the field done. So let's put the corn in. I don't think we're actually going to get that planted this season, but we will slate a couple farmers for it so that when it pops up, they automatically will do it. If we've got 4 too, we also could, if they're not going to plant this, have them work here as well. They will go and work on all of the assorted other things in between if they don't have any work to do in their area. So that is a good thing. This guy over here is going to, once he's done, we're going to put 2 guys in there and see if we can't keep up with our woodcutter, which we are just going to put 1 in for right now. All right, so let's see here. We still have 11 with no housing. We're in summer, which means if we don't get these 2 houses done fairly quickly, we are going to have people who don't have housing for the winter. We did get 1 more child born, so now we're up to 6 children. These guys are just going to town. All right. All right, so our village is named what? Deshley? That's what I'm going to say it is, Deshley. Kind of like Ashley, but with a D. All right, so yeah, this farm is not going to get worked on this particular season because we got that farm in too late. But this one, we've got a total of 4 farmers. If we look at that professions tab, where did it go? Here. We can see we have 1 builder. I'm gonna kick that up to 2. We have 2 people who are just laboring. We have 4 farmers, 2 fishermen, 2. We should have 1 there and 1 here at bare minimum. They're still working on that. They're still working on that. How are we doing on materials is the other thing. Looks like they're just in the process of building that one. This guy is up. So the Forester Lodge can plant trees and it can cut trees, which is a good thing for us. I don't know what they're doing all the way out there. All right, they've started working on the next couple of houses. And we are in early autumn, which means that we are kind of in a bad spot. We need these 2 houses built. That's only gonna probably kick us out. They're citizens without jobs. Okay. What are they? They're a woodcutter. There are no logs for them to turn into. Oh, stop. It's a little difficult to click on some of them sometimes. Fuel limit is 200, so is that why? No, because we don't. Who's working here? Getting something to eat. Okay, but can you... I'm gonna up the log limit. We can do 200 for the woodcutter, and if the forester is foresting appropriately, we will get some of that. I'm gonna go ahead and say harvest some trees over in here, even though currently the woodcutter should be handling that. We don't have quite enough people. Okay, so we still have 5 villagers without homes. So let's go ahead and extend this path a bit. And we're gonna take this path this way. We got a little space there that we kind of wasted. We can always move the path later. 5. So I'm thinking we probably need 2 more houses. So 6, oopsies. 6 houses total. We'll see if that gets us to where we need to go. Oh no, the snow has come. They haven't finished harvesting the... They haven't finished harvesting the potatoes. That's not a good thing, because if they stay in the field before... See? That one just died. Alright, we also have 5 villagers that still do not have housing, and there's really not a good way to force them to work. Let's go ahead and throw those extra laborers into the building profession and see if that helps. How are we doing food-wise? We still have a lot of potatoes. We're starting to get in the fish. That's good. What do we have in the houses? Potatoes and fish. Potatoes. Potatoes and fish. Fish and potatoes. Alright, looks like we thankfully have now housed all of our... The reserve of firewood is low. If you look down here in the corner on our little event log, the reserve of firewood is low. Okay, so we only got 1 person in this house. But all of the rest of them have full families in them. So we are good for a bit. I'm hoping that this guy here, or girl, whatever that may be, sorry, I'm suffering from allergies today. This guy or girl will get a spouse and start to create some more children. Reserve of firewood is low. Okay, where is our dude? We don't have any extra workers. We could steal from... Oh, that's right. We can't, let's look at our profession list again. I think we only can have 1 woodcutter. Yes, we can. It's only allowing us to have 1 woodcutter. Alright, we do need to come back here and... Farmer, where are you? 3 of 7. We do need 2 of 3, 2 of 4, 2 of 2. Okay, so that gives us even because it is late winter, and hopefully we will... Reserve of food is low. Okay. Do we have any extra laborers? We've got 1. Let's go ahead and add a... Ooh. As you can see, it's early spring and our area is covered in snow. Not good for the farmer's fields, but looks okay. Logs, we have 44. Firewood, we have 28. As of right now, ooh. It's kind of a sleet going on here with our people. Now it's raining. Lovely. This one still doesn't have a spouse. All right, we've got fish, we've got potatoes. We've got some logs, stone, firewood is really low. So we might need to put in another woodcutter. This guy, we only have one person in it. The Forester's Lodge. It says it can have up to 4, so why are we only getting 1? Interesting. So corn is going in. Potatoes look like it's all in. All right, looking good. So we've gotten all of our people housed. We have food on the go. So the first two main things are good to go. We've got the wood cutter here. We might install another wood cutter though. Next up, I think we probably should look for, do we have orchard space? I wish we could tell if we do. I don't know if I'm going to be building something that I can't use. We're going to go ahead and do 2 orchard plots back there. Probably should have made that just 1. We may or may not have any trees to plant. All right, we have 1 person that is extra, so let's go ahead and pop that to 4. That will mean that we are collecting way more fish. I do want to find this guy. And if we put them like right here, maybe we want to go the other direction with them. If we put them back here, they will come in this area and gather things from the forest. Mushrooms, berries, all that fun stuff. They will collect that and that will help our food supply. We also need to get in a hunter, which I tend to like in kind of the same area, I think. Because this will be an area that we don't, where did we put that gatherer? Nobody's going to get that. It is summer. It is raining very, very hard. How are we doing production-wise? We've got a little bit of firewood and a little bit of logs. We're doing fairly okay, I think, with the food. We do have stone. We still have iron, we have tools, and we have clothes. So those are things that we need to work on next. We also can get a... what is it? We probably should come up with a small stockpile over here. That will store like the logs and the firewood. I'm sorry, the logs and the stone. I guess it does store firewood as well. Because that is almost full. This is only 15% full. All right, let's see. We have peaches. Peaches! They're starting to collect the corn and the potatoes. Very good, very nice. We do need to find someone for that. They probably won't plant that though until the next spring. So let's go ahead and knock. No, I want to. Oh, they are planting. We need to get this crop in, otherwise we are going to run into some not so fun stuff. All right, did they get this? There's the gatherer's hut. They're working on it. So if we come over here and we throw in a hunting cabin right there, then they will like span the same kind of, oopsies, the same kind of area. And we'll just keep that area pristine and let the hunter and the gatherer carry through on that area. You can see our peach trees did come in. I think we're not going to, we'll say peach trees, but let's not work that. We will have to plant that. I was hoping we would have more than one orchard tree. That's all planted, so we're not gonna let them work that. We're gonna make them go back and help harvest. It's not gonna let us officially, it's not gonna let us like harvest. You can, if you're running low on crops, harvest early, but then you kind of lose how much you can actually get. We're gonna run into a problem. These fields are a little bit too big for the amount of farmers we have. We might need to look at stealing a couple of the hunters and the gatherers, builders. These guys are just growing up over here. It's gonna take them a minute. You can see they don't have a yield. Storage, 28% full. We've got potatoes, corn, and this is a problem. So winter tends to come a little early. I'm gonna take that down to 2. I'm gonna add a farmer. Which one's more important? I think potatoes. The one dude, they have to finish the job that they were working on before they can flip to the other one. See, look at this. We are losing our crops because our farm fields are too big. Okay. So all of that production that we did means that we lost production on those 2 fields. We need more farmers on those fields. All right. Okay. Let's, oopsies, I accidentally clicked out of something we wanted. There we go. So how are we looking? We have 14 adults, 8 children. We have just over 100 in firewood and 89 logs. Let's look at the inventory on our houses. They do have firewood. Make sure that everyone has food and firewood in their inventories. Otherwise, we will be running. And from what I can tell, it does not show... Maybe it does. This stockpile over here. It does not show the inventory of the houses in the overall count. So it can be a little misleading. If it is otherwise, let me know. Just do, hey Jess, in the comments. Yeah, the amount of food and firewood in the houses is also what is in the actual inventory count up here in this tab. All right. So let's see here. We're gonna want this field to, in the spring, get planted, because until that's planted, we won't get any food out of it. We might have to do, you know, kind of like flip-flops and make... Oh, he's planting in late winter? Like, really? They can work these things in winter? Because we have 5 farmers, I believe. Let's look here. Farmer. Yeah, we have 5 farmers. All right, it is late winter, but it's starting to look kind of... Oh, he has reached his production limit for this resource. 200 is the fuel limit. It's just to help keep from like taking up all of the wood stock. We don't have anyone over here. Let's get one person in over here. And then this one we will also... We've got 2 builders working on it. We'll leave it alone for right now until it... I'm going to go ahead and increase that to 2. They will start gathering food. We do have a nice chunk of food as it is. We don't have anyone to work here, so I'm going to actually like pause those 2. I want the farmers over here. Once they get this planted up, then we can open these 2 back up, and we will let them kind of go and work those. It is early spring, so we're back to that point. We might want to increase our firewood storage. We also need some extra help over here, so let's throw in another one. I don't know why earlier it wouldn't let us. Maybe because we didn't have any laborers available. I'm still kind of, since I'm new at this game, I still don't understand everything. Over here, we have 4 of 4. They are doing a good job keeping us well stocked with fish. I mean, we have 1,000 fish. We also have some potatoes, some corn, and here you can see mushrooms and onions. Those are what our gatherers are harvesting, and our hunting cabin is open. I do want to have a hunter. So where can we steal a person from? I think we're gonna kick down that guy, and we are going to increase that. All right, so we have 1 hunter who is going to start harvesting animals from the forest. These guys are all good. I'm going to go ahead and click those to work. We need 2 more people. All right, so let's take a peek here. We've got a child in that one now. Ooh, we got a lot of people in this one. If we want to expand our colony, we have to build more houses so that some of the quote-unquote adult children, which I think is like 13 or 14 in this game, will go out and start their own families. So let's go ahead and add just a couple more houses. And we will expand the, oopsies, not that. Expand the path. You want to be careful. You don't want to expand too quickly. Otherwise, you will run into some hurting unit with the food situation and the clothes situation. We are down to 8 tools, so I think the next thing we need to look at is a blacksmith, and we're down to 6 clothes. The clothes will help your people stay warmer during the winter months. Let's go ahead and expand this road. Can we go over the... No. And let's go ahead and see... It's... Which one is it? Which one is it? Resource production. Okay. Oh, we also need an herbalist. I almost forgot about them. They have a pretty wide area, and they should be something similar to the, these guys. They grow things which allow you to get medicines. We need to connect these guys to the path. How are we gonna do that? Home. Can we... just connect them like this? Oops. Wrong button again. Wrong button. All right, we need a couple more farmers. That should take care of those 2 fields. I don't believe, yeah, there's no ability to harvest there yet. You can tell from the yield. Those probably still need a couple years to grow. We are in late summer though, so we can pause those and shoot them over into here to help us expand our area. Now, productions. We need a blacksmith. We're gonna pop him there. Reserve of tools is low. Okay, see, right there. That's why we need the blacksmith. This one over here, we have 2 builders working on getting that done. Our extra, anyone who is not working on something goes to like do paths and stuff like that, which sometimes can be a problem because it will yank them from their job to do that thing. If they were idle and they started working on that, they will continue to work on that, and even though they have a job that is needed. So sometimes you have to like take out priority. We've got 53 logs. We have 212 firewood. What are you guys doing? Cut some lumber. Can we just say cut? We can. For log limit is 400, so that's not our problem. We do have 2 of a possible 4 in there, so if we get some more people, we probably should kick some more people into... Reserve of logs is low. Yeah, okay. I know. Are you cutting trees? Please cut trees. Alright. These guys still don't have the ability to harvest, so I'm gonna turn them off. And let's then up. Oh, can we get the fields cleared? I made my fields too big, guys. I made my fields too big. Come on, harvest, please. Reserve of logs is low. Yep, all of our potatoes are dying. Our potatoes are dying. Corn is dying as well. Oh my gosh. Come on. Can we get this harvested, please? Please. Looks like the potatoes might be doing better than the corn does. Seems like some of them are still surviving, so maybe the potatoes are a better thing to be trying to harvest. Let's double check. We're only 41% full. We have 201 stored firewood. We have absolutely no logs. We do have enough logs for this. We have enough stone for that. We have iron. All right. So this guy is doing its job. This guy is kind of doing its job. We need more people in there, I think, is our problem. They're cutting. I'm going to flip them to plant so that when they can plant trees, they will replant trees because we need it. Let's come over here since we are so short on logs and clear some of this area over here. Then anyone who is not working on something will come and clear logs and stone, because I clicked this one instead of just straight up the trees. You can just click stone and leave the trees, vice versa. Our blacksmith is almost complete, but we have the problem that we don't really have anyone to staff it. I'm gonna go ahead and kick these ones back down and work these ones so that when the spring comes, they come and work those trees. The herbalist needs a person. All right, where are we gonna steal a person from for the herbalist? The fisherman, maybe? All right, so they will start making medicines and collecting herbs and stuff like that in this area. Probably should have put it on the other side of this guy, but whatever. To make medicines to make our people last longer. Reserve of firewood is low. Ooh, okay. We got no firewood. Oh, no, that's not good. That's not good. We only have 52 logs. Ooh, we have 2 laborers. We're gonna throw one in there. And then we need to throw one into the blacksmith. Alright. Because we are out of tools. We are completely and utterly out of tools. Next thing we need to think about is clothes. Have we gotten any leather? We do have some leather, so we can build a tailor. Production things. A tailor. Another person. It's another person we have to find. Oh, we're up to 100 logs. So is this dude... Everyone is working slower because they have no tools, which is part of our problem. The reserve of stone is low. We can fix the reserve of stone because there's a giant patch of stone right here. Whoopsies. And let's see here. What's tools is low. Yes, I know tools is low. I know it is. Is our blacksmith working? All right, we are early spring. Farmers are going to come plant fields. The orchards are going to get looked after. We still don't have okay, so we've got 3, 6, 7. We need one more farmer for this field. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal because these trees aren't grown enough to actually do anything with yet. But as soon as we get another person, we need to get hopping on that. I think we need to expand by a little bit so that we can get a few more people. So let's put one right there. We're just gonna do one. I don't want us to have a massive like population boom or anything like that. Slow and steady wins the race. Stone is low, tools are low, firewood is low, tools are low. All right. So potatoes are planted, it looks like. Corn is being planted. Trees are being looked after. Doesn't have a yield time though. We are into early spring of year 4 of our colony. So we're doing pretty good here. We haven't had anything drastic happen. I need to shut the thing that makes the edge scroll stop because I like go pointing off screen and end up with a problem. We do have some firewood. We've got almost 2K in food, and that, like I said, doesn't include what's already in housing. So I think we're doing all right on food. Stone. Oh, we needed to get this stone, didn't we? All right. We can gather some stone. Okay, it only let us pick that little bit. Looks like we've got a stone patch here that is going to defy us. We'll gather whatever's in this area. We are now late spring. And looks like our crops are starting to come up. Oops, that was not what I meant to do. Alright, so our tailor, which we need for clothes for the coming winter, is short on stone. We are starting to run through what iron we have, which is going to become a problem as well. So we are going to need an iron mine here sometime soon. That's this guy. We just don't have enough people at the moment. Iron mine cannot be placed here. Where can you be placed? There we go. Will it let us? It's kind of not in a super great spot considering that's our hunting area as well. Is there someplace else we can put it? Here's our wood area. So I kind of don't want to put it there. Can we put it like on the back side of this one? Yes, we can put it right there. Okay. So they'll work on that as they can. That does require a lot of stone and a lot of logs. It is summer. We've had no new people. We're working on this guy. It now has all of its stuff, so they are building it. This needs to be next. It has logs, it needs stone, and then they'll have to build it. How are we looking here? We've got no... We'll let them tend to this one for a little while. I'm gonna pop these guys back to 4 apiece. Actually, let's do that one 3 and that one 4. And then when... Oh, 1% yield. This one is almost... It's starting to actually have product that can be harvested. So I'm going to pause this one and work this one. Let's kick that guy back down for a second. All right, we do now have people who can work in the in there. Okay, let's go ahead. What did we say we needed to turn up? We needed to turn something up. What was it? I am going to add to the woodcutter because that seems to be a hold up for us. We are in early autumn. These fields are such a thing. All right, so I think we're gonna leave you on a bit of a cliffhanger. We are hitting that hour mark here. I'm gonna go ahead and pause, and I'm going to say thank you for watching today. I appreciate you being here. I think we have accomplished the goals that we were looking for. We have our housing set up. We have our field set up. We have firewood on the go. We do have a little bit of a log jam, pun intended, going on there. But we do have enough food to keep our villagers going, I believe. And we will come back and see what the early autumn section actually, and late fall, all that fun stuff in the next one. All right. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.